Oh, and mine's and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And the fact that throwing up is not the opposite of throwing down angers me exactly as much as it should, and you should be angry too. But do me a favor and hit that like button, or you're throwing up. And ow, Menards. Sorry, I've been wanting to do that for years, you guys. With any kind of sincerity, I've been wanting to do that for years. But what we got here is the Guidesman fracture, so let's take a look at what we're holding, because it'll bother you if I don't. And you know I love you. So, first things first, and most importantly, the pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. We have got black G10 right here. We got a flipper tab. Let's flick the bean. And 3.35 inches of D2 steel on the pocket cleaver. Now, this thing is apparently a Menards exclusive. Sorry, I've never been to Menards and I've never ordered anything from there, so you're getting a few of those. Just buckle your underwear and deal with it. It's your problem now. But you know, so this will not be a regular thing. Please make no mistake. But one of my regulars that's been around for a long time has been asking me for me to check this out, and he made it happen, so I'm happy to take a look at it for him and you guys. That one guy is going to be super excited. But these things are $20 at Menards. And, Menards. I'm getting a few in there. And, you know, looking at it, like, at first blush, like, I've done a few takes on this. I've been handling this kind of off and on a little bit, trying to get what I want on camera. And, you know, one of the things that I do notice, and we're going to pick apart some of the bad and pick apart some of the good. You know, because I will normally try to find the best possible qualities of a knife. This is no exception. All right. A couple of really small complaints. One is somehow the way this is done, it makes the G10 look like polypropylene plastic. Like, this is really slick, sorta, kinda polished with a little bit of texturing left over from the checkering right here, which is a really weird choice to go with. It makes it look really cheap. Like, somehow they made the G10 on this look really cheap. I had to read the package like 4 times to make sure this was G10 before I said something on camera. The only other small complaints I have here right now, the secondary bevel, the grind right here for the edge is a little bit uneven and wavy. And right here, they took a nice bite out of the plunge grind, and right here they didn't. There's a much tinier bite. Okay, so that's all the kind of small negatives out of the way. And these are all kind of, especially the grind right here. Like, you get into a cheap knife that's made as a cheap knife, which there's a difference. Like, you got knives that are made as cheap as possible and manufactured down to a cost to the point of stuff like this kind of making it past QC. And then you've got stuff that's made to the point, and the point is to be good at the price point. It's kind of hard to describe, but like, you can get other knives for $20 that are going to be far better finished, far higher quality overall. This one's on washers. You'll get stuff on bearings. I will say though, this thing will centrifugal open. I just don't have room to do it under the camera. So like, I've done worse for $20, and I've also done better a few times. It's kind of right there in the middle of the pack. Now, I will say it is a hell of a time to be a knife guy, because D2 is coming down to like $20 on something like this. You know, it's certainly not going to be your $10 Ozark Trail D2 that everything is going to get compared to, but thank God for small favors it's not, because after the first wave of those things, they turned to crap. But you know, like $20 for D2 is bringing that down, where D2 is slowly starting to replace HCR13, which is what I've been hoping to see. Now, you guys that have been here for a minute know I've been hurt one too many times. I've gotten too many lemons with D2 with bad heat treatment on it. So, I've got high hopes for this thing. I really hope this does well with Cardboard Slayer when we do that. Because, you know, aside from it kind of looking a little bit cheap with this G10 right here, I'm not so much bothered by the edge. The edge is solid. It's got a good working edge on it. I've done a few takes now trying to get what I want on camera right. But, you know, aside from this kind of feeling cheap and it looking a little bit on the cheap side, everything works good. The fit up's good. The parts fit good. The lockup is like dead at 50% right here. The centering on it is... It's not 100% perfect, but it's fairly close. You might be able to see right there, yeah, the tiniest trace off to this side. So, you know, overall, for $20, I'm quite happy with it. You know, the only thing that I would have done different, you know, outside of obviously do the grind a little better, is maybe made this checkerboarded like this instead of like, because the surface, let's see if you can see it. You can see right there at the line of delineation, the line that separates them. I tried to use a big word, but this is taller than this. So they could have skipped this part and just checkerboarded it and called it a day, and that would have looked a lot nicer. That's what I would have done different. But let's take a look at our edge and let's see where she's sitting there. I'll show you guys on camera what I've been seeing every take so far. Yeah, I mean, it's got a nice solid working edge. It's got a nice solid working edge. You know, it just handled that interrupted cut, which, if you don't know, if you're cutting through a printer paper and your cut gets interrupted like that, it takes a decent, like a pretty good edge to start that cut back up again without the paper just wadding up around you. So, this is the edge sharpness tester. If you haven't seen one of these before through some odd miracle, you guys kindly provided this through your channel memberships, your super chat donations, what have you. I will always be grateful for the support. Thank you guys so much for that. How this works is it measures the number of grams of force it takes to cut through the wire on this calibrated test clip. The lower the number, the better. I'm going to wipe the edge off, make sure there's no paper dust or anything stuck to it. And let's see what we got. 189. Okay, so that 189 is directly in line with what I've been seeing. I've been seeing like 193, 200, 207, 210. So it's been really, really consistent, which means at least the edge quality is pretty consistent throughout the most of the length of this thing. You know, you're going to see the numbers change a little bit because you're only measuring an area as wide as the wire is thick on this edge. So the edge is reasonably consistent down the length of it too, which is not too bad to see. You know, that 200, it's a little tiny bit on the high side, but the knives we've been seeing that come in consistently down in the 150 to 175 range are 50, 60, 65 bucks. So this, I can't really find any major fault with this thing, especially not at the $20 price point. I really can't. Like I said, there's some things I would have done differently. The pocket clip, hang on, let's look at the pocket clip. I haven't checked that out yet. Pocket clip. That is a strong pocket clip. Like, that is on the strong side. We've gone past strong medium into like the 8.5 out of 10 territory for strength. This thing is probably not going to be an issue whatsoever, except for maybe the dinkus end not being raised far enough to get over the hem of a pocket easily. We'll find out about that come time to carry it and flog it and see how it do. I will say this black G10, oh my god, I'm going to have so much brass deposited in here from my keys. It always does it. But you know, that's kind of my first thoughts and what I'm looking at here with the Guidesman fracture. Like I said, I've got some small things that I picked apart here, but overall, it looks like it's going to be solid. As long as the D2 is heat treated well, I think we got something. As long as that D2 is heat treated well, I think we got something. So, and also the guy that bought his and got excited about it said it took him a long time to sharpen it, so we're going to see how hard it is to sharpen a little bit later on down the road too. But I can't think of anything else to add that I haven't covered here. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all keep coming in. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We got live streams, regular videos. There's plenty of activities. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this thing. Of course, we're going to plug some products from friends of the channel. They're not affiliate links. I don't make any money off them. Just helping some friends out. And I do have my Amazon shop linked. You don't have to use it, but it's the easiest way I've found to show you cool stuff that I have found recently. So here you go. And as always, we are going to link up to Cutting Lacey EDC's Diamond Emulsion if you want to step your stropping game up, make it easier to sharpen your blades, and keep them sharp. Wonderful product. I use it myself on every single knife I sharpen now. And we are going to link up to Mad Yocco's Wax. If you want to protect your blades that are prone to corrosion, if you want to darken up the color of your micarta, or take care of a million other things, he is going to be on Blade Binge with his wax. Alright, just supporting some friends of the channel and some small businesses. And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.